Hey everybody, this project I'm doing, I want to share with everybody. I'm putting an EccoTemp 10L on-demand hot water heater in. All right, here's where the internet's going to melt down. YouTube comments are going to get nasty, and I'm going to die within 10 minutes of using this thing. This hot water heater is made for the outside. Take a pause. It's made for the outside. EccoTemp will not sell a vent kit for these because it's made for the outside. And the reason they won't sell a kit is because this does not have a blower motor in it. Oh my God, I'm gonna die. Take another pause. Let's use some common sense here real quick. Hot air rises. Those exhaust vents are gonna rise, they're hot. So here's another thing you need to know about this EccoTemp. It's really not an EccoTemp. It's a Marey. And Marey sells this same hot water heater in the European market without a forced blower motor. They also give you a kit. Their connection is a little bit different, and that's the only difference in this thing. But wait a minute, you're gonna die because carbon monoxide poisoning. Wait a minute, let's show this kit. If you research enough and quit using EccoTemp in your search engine and use Marey, you find out that Marey and EccoTemp sell a lot of products that are the same. So if I go to upgraded EccoTemp hot water heater, they have a fresh air kit. And this thing is cheesy. But here it is. It's a hose. It's very, very brittle. And it has two vents. One for the inside and one for the outside. I will put it right below the combustion chamber here and fresh air will come in. I also have a window. This being a tiny cabin, I'd open that window regardless. I mean, it's just be common sense because this thing is huge. It's going to put off heat. Why not? And opening that window will help me get fresh air in here anyway because I'm taking a shower in here. So here's where the things get a little different. This came with the outdoor kit. I bought an outdoor EccoTemp shower. It came with a pump, 12 volt. There's the adapter. Goes down, and now I'll be going to the size kit for the Marey or EccoTemp forced air kit. The forced air kit I have is right here. Let me turn the light on because this is important. This is where you can kill yourself. So this is the wall kit. It opens and it slides upon itself. Exterior, interior. This is sealed with gaskets. You can see the gasket right there. All right, here's a little trick. This has a flap in it. Cold air don't want it coming in the heater or in the winter when you ain't using it. But here's another thing. Hot air rises. I'm not using. This is for a forced air kit. I'm not forcing the air. I'm going to use convection. So there's the flow arrow. Well, what do? You do the opposite. There's the arrow. I'm going to have this pipe at an angle, and just that little bit of angle opens that flap, and it's open on the top and the bottom. Carbon monoxide will go right out. This also has a 90. One of the things you cannot do, and I'll get back to it, but let's show this part here real quick. Oh, I don't like this. I'm gonna we have stink bug and ladybug problems here. We're in the southeast. I'll be putting a better guard on that. That was something that they just didn't think about. If you want to get sick or get your place on fire, get a bunch of dirt daubers and ladybugs and stink bugs built up in the combustion chamber. So here's something you need to know. This has to have a little bit of rise in it. At least 18 inches. So what I'm going to be doing, I'll be dropping this hot water heater down so I can get some more rise on this. The other thing, oh my God, back to this, you're going to die. Let's think about this real quick. They sell this in Europe without forced air. This thing has internal baffles that are, if you could look inside of it, they're forced up. The air will rise out the pipe. I'm going through the wall. I'll have fresh air, window, and I'll have a chase here for my plumbing and my propane. Another thing that I do, I use stainless steel lines for my propane. I do not want mice chewing on that. That's where you can die. Think about it for a minute. So next step I'll be hacking and working on this. And so somebody's gonna say in the comments, why didn't you go to a forced air? I do not want anything using my solar bank that I don't have to. February is horrible here for solar production. Wind production's good, solar production's terrible. Anything I can do to save that battery bank, I'm doing it. One other thing that I did, when I roughed in the cabin, I've got wires here. This runs on 2 D batteries. That's 1.5 volt, 1.5 volt, that's 3 volts. I'll put a little resistor reducer converter whenever it comes time to wiring it. That way I don't have to use the D batteries. That'd be the only thing that hits my solar bank. I don't want to depend on batteries being off grid, or if anything, you know, hey, I can't get some batteries or whatever. So this is the kit. This is made for outdoor use, outdoor shower. Another reason I'm going with it, right there is my shower. This has a head faucet. So the head faucet will come here and droop right over there. I'll have a mount. I'll have my own shower head here. The plumbing's done. It get any easier than that. There'll be a cold water line run right here. Coming from over here behind the wash machine's a 12 volt DC pump. So the pump under the cabin to the hot water heater. So next step, I'll be remounting this thing to lower it down to get my 18 inches. That's what she said. And then I'll start cutting a hole in the wall. So that's it for this one. What I've got here, pipe's coming up. If you see the center hole there, right in the middle is 18.5 inches. The Marey install manual said to go 18, not the EccoTemp. EccoTemp won't give you nothing on it. So I'm going to cut this out, go to the other side, cut it out. That's it. So you see the hose saw kit, it's a Greenlee, and the reason I got the hose saw kit out is, and real slow, got a hole in the wall, and the reason I got a hole in the wall is because this is the fresh air kit. The way they intended it, this piece right here is supposed to go, see the vents? It's supposed to go on the outside. Their cheesy design has the hose going in and up in there to a connection. Well, I don't have the connection. I don't care. My air intake for this heater's right here. So if I put that vent, air will be sucked up right in there. So for the other side of the wall, I'm using a dryer vent. I'm going to creak it open just a little bit and put some hardware cloth in it to keep the bugs out. Now, bear with me. I'm going to move the camera and show you how this turned out without tripping. So I made a mess in here. So this is what you see. There's the vent. It's double wall, the way that's working. Drilled holes in it and mounted it to the wall. So I'm a little paranoid because fires out here, there's no fire department, and I sleep here and I don't want to die in a fire. So what I did, you see the 2x4 right there, and there's the 2x4 down here. I created an air gap, so now this has got even more coolant around it. Paranoia is just another way of thinking. I've got that. Just to be even more paranoid, I've got fireplace caulk that I'm going to go around this. Just why not? It's got a good seal, but I'm going to make it really seal up. So next I'll be mounting this, and then we'll go outside and I'll show you how that dryer vent worked out. So this is how this is working. This is the outside vent. Right there's the dryer vent. I cut the flange off the back side that went to the dryer where the dryer hose would work on it. Made it where I could flush mount it. I got hardware cloth and cut it, put it back there. That keeps the dirt dauber, stink bugs and ladybugs out. Then I built a heat shield because you can see the deck. It's got a low ceiling, so I know this will be safe, and I'll show you why. I'm gonna move the camera again. But I've got this patio heater here. We built this heat shield. We hadn't had any trouble. This will put out even less heat than that patio heater. And what I did right here, I put hardware cloth in it. It came with a guard, but it sucks. So I flipped it. So remember, I have no forced fan. Convection will bring it up. This heat shield, you see, there's 2 more layers behind that are gapped too. So I trust it. I'm not even going to worry about this. And then I've got insulation, thermal insulation inside the wall. And then there's an air gap here to here that the factory came with that kit. So that wraps it up on this one. We'll go inside and see how it worked, or what it wound up looking like. So I'm going to wrap this video up. Just want to go over a couple more things. So I got this. This is a reducer. This is not part of this vent kit. This is a 5-inch to 4-inch reducer. Got it at homedepot.com. I'm not sponsored by Home Depot. I got this kit at Home Depot. I'll back off and I'm going to get the paperwork on it. And I'm going to try to find the link to where I bought this. But this is what it is. And I'm just going to pan over this real quick. Kind of drives me nuts when someone says, hey, I just got it off the internet. And well, you're not helping, dude. Yeah, you're not helping me much. I'm not doing that. So, go over it again. I got an air gap there. Let me get the camera up. There's an air gap that's factory. What I am going to do, though, something I don't like about the kit. On the outside, I got this gap. Well, that's just perfect for dirt daubers. So I'm going to get some hardware cloth and jam it up in there so the bugs will leave it alone. What you didn't see, I thought I filmed it, but I didn't. But inside here is a product called KO wool, and it's K-A-O wool. It's sheep. It's thermal. It's a thermal blanket. I've got it in there. I painted the boards. I went with the thermal blanket, and then I went with heat tape. Air causes fires. There's no air in there now. So if something does get a little too hot, and these heaters get hot, it's supposed to be one of the hottest heaters on the market, that'll take care of it. So one other thing, like I said earlier, this will have a chase. I'll cover it up. Propane, and then the water. As I said earlier, the water comes from 12-volt pump. Now the propane, I'm paranoid because if it leaks, good way to die. Here's how I'll be doing the propane. I've already got this for my wall heater. I'll run another line just for that hot water heater. I like redundancy. This will take care of it. I've got it covered up. As you can see, it's all in stainless steel barbecue lines. The mice and rats can't eat it. You can't be safe enough, man. Something else, everything I've got here is grounded. That is grounded to the ground rod of the electrical system right here. Everything's bonded. You cannot be safe enough. So we'll go in real quick. This finishes it up, and like I said, I saw some other videos and I looked at the comments, and man, they were horrible. Of course, the YouTube engineers came out and just spoke volumes of how everything was wrong and going to die for the tiny. I think it's Tiny Home Customs. Guys are hilarious. But I wanted to do a video on it too, because I knew that this is sold in Europe. Doesn't use power. It's very, you look at the guts of it, it's very simple. There you can get parts for this thing, and if I can't get a part for it, no harm, no foul. I can get rid of this and it's out and replace it. They're all over the internet. So like I said too, there'll be a hose here that came with this kit. That's another, or that came with the heater. That's another reason I love this thing. It came with the pump, it came with the faucet, and it came with the heater. And all I had to do was get the vent kit and make it work. It's a shame they don't sell a vent kit here in Europe, but I guess the lawyers got involved. But that's the end of the video. I really appreciate you watching. I appreciate you being patient while I'm afraid I sound a little sarcastic, but I know the comments are coming. And I've already had some pretty nasty comments on some of their solar stuff that I installed. It's been working for 3 years, and I'm an electrician, and I still get comments. Makes me wonder. So, figure comments are coming on this, but hey, if you're trying to do something off grid, you want something for a backup, this is definitely the way to go. These things are compared to their other products, very inexpensive, because the lawyers didn't get a hold of this because it doesn't have a fan, blah, blah, blah. One other thing you got to buy if you're going to do these kits. Ready? That has to be stainless. Buy that kit. I'll have a link. Propane is corrosive. It will eat that out. You'll get a leak. Carbon monoxide will go off and kill you. That's one other thing you need to have in here. I've got carbon monoxide detectors. I got just as many as I got smoke detectors. You can't be safe enough. So anyway, I appreciate you watching the channel. I appreciate you watching this video, and it's pretty cool that you're hanging out with me while I installed this thing. And appreciate your time, and take care, and God bless. We'll make another video.